The stupendous rally in the first 6 months of 2021-22 met with a lackluster end, with the benchmark indices declining for a third straight day on Thursday. But they still managed to offer 20% returns to investors during this period, which saw the BSE Sensex rising from the 50,000 level to over 60,000 and the NSE Nifty from 14,700 to nearly 18,000. The markets not only withstood a strong second wave of COVID-19 during this period, but also held their ground amid talks of the US Fed tapering, the Evergrande crisis, and strong inflation fears. Against this backdrop, the show put up by the broader markets was even more noteworthy. The BSE Mid Cap Index surged 25%, while the BSE Small Cap rose by a whopping 36%. A major chunk of gains came from the realty, metals, media, and IT packs, which soared between 35 and 53% on the NSE. The auto, pharma, and banking sector's performance against this was muted, as they added between 7 and 16%. Now, can the equity bull run continue in the second half of FY22?
So if you look at current level, markets are trading at around 20.8 times, 21 times FY23 earnings estimates, which of course is higher than historical average of around 18x. So valuation wise, we are on the higher side. However, what we also have to understand is that the economic recovery, we have a very strong economic recovery which is currently undergoing. So we expect that economic recovery process will continue from here on. So that is something which can drive earnings upgrade from here on. So if you look at the consensus estimates, people are talking about consensus estimates of around 730 to 735 rupees EPS estimates for the Nifty for FY22 and around 850 to 870 rupees kind of an earnings estimates for FY23. So given the very strong economic rebound which we've had from the lows of the second COVID wave, there is a possibility that these earnings might get upgraded.
In that scenario, would outperformance by broader markets last?
We believe that the valuation gap between Nifty and the mid and small caps have narrowed significantly. So from an overall basket, the Nifty mid cap index might not outperform the Nifty by a very large margin like it has done since the COVID lows. But within that, we believe that in the mid and small cap space is a very large space as compared to the large cap space, and there are plenty of names over there. So going forward, one will find enough bottom up ideas in the mid and small cap space, which will not only outperform the Nifty, but they will also outperform the mid cap and the small cap indices as such.
What are some of the key risks for the market this financial year?
One of the key risks is that the inflation, which has so far been thought to be transient in nature, that can prove to be more sticky in nature. And we can see inflationary pressures which are supposed to globally, which are supposed to come off starting from the beginning of next year, that might linger on for another couple of quarters till the time the supply chain issues are not resolved globally. The US Fed is talking about so far, probably if you go by the dot plots, the US Fed is talking about only one rate hike next year. In case inflation proves to be sort of more sticky in nature globally, the US Fed might be forced to do more than one rate hikes next year, and it can probably start immediately after the tapering process is over in June, July of next year. So in that case, we can actually see so if the tightening process, so while markets are looking at a tightening happening, but if the tightening process is pulled forward or is much quicker than expected due to inflationary pressures not waning by the middle of next year, then that can prove to be a risk for the market next year. And of course in the immediate future, of course, we have seen a lot of news coming out of China regarding the slowdown in the economy and problems in the real estate sector. The China issue is not a very large concern for the market as of now, but if the situation were to deteriorate and we see messy default of Evergrande, which can have a spillover on the entire Chinese property sector, so that can lead to some sort of a short-term volatility in the markets. And of course, the third key risk is, if we have a pretty severe third COVID wave, which looks, a bit unlikely at this point of time, going by the Sero survey results and the vaccination rates in India. So these, in a nutshell, are the three key risks for the equity markets as of this point.
Now, moving on to more immediate triggers at hand. The markets are likely to react to a host of macro numbers today. The August core sector output data came out last evening, while September market manufacturing PMI is due later today. Furthermore, auto stocks are likely to hog the limelight as the monthly auto sales figures start trickling in today. The action in the primary market will also remain strong. The IPO by Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC will open for the third and final day today. On Thursday, the issue sailed through with 1.07 times subscription. Lastly, shares of Paras Defense will list on the bourses. After a record-breaking performance in the IPO market, the company could attempt to stage a similar move with a blockbuster listing. In the grey market, Paras Defense was quoting at a 140% premium over its issue price of Rs 175.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.